former Judiciary Chief Registrar Gladys Boss failed to appear in court this morning to answer to charges of corruption and abuse of office. Gladys Sholei's lawyer, Hiram Kago, however, told the court that the former registrar had traveled up country for holiday and had not been informed of her appearance in court today. Sholei is charged alongside her former deputy Kakai Kisinga and 6 others allegedly of flouting procurement procedures in making payments for the refurbishment of the Tower, Mavoko and Garsen law courts. She will appear before the court on January 12th next year to answer to the charges. The other accused denied all the charges and were each released on a bond of 1 million shillings with a surety of a similar amount for an alternative cash bail of 300,000 shillings each. This is the second case that is facing the former chief registrar, who is also separately charged of similar charges relating to the construction of the Chief Justice official residence at 130 million shillings. All right, let's now join our reporter, Murimi Mwangi, who is at our I&M studios. Murimi, I understand you were at the Milimani Law Courts earlier today. Tell us, what is the latest with the Sholei case and when do we expect her to come back?
Now, as you put it in that story, she was expected to be among the 8 people that were to take their plea today at the Chief Magistrate Court here in Milimani, Nairobi. But she was not, or her lawyer told the court that she had not been informed that she was supposed to be in court today. And he did a letter to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, copied the same to the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission and the court. And the agreement, the unanimous agreement of both the prosecution and her counsel in court today was that on January 12th, Ms. Sholei is going to appear in the same court to take a plea on the various counts that she's facing with regard to abuse of office and flouting of procurement procedure. At the same date, the other 7 suspects will be appearing in court. It's going to serve as a mention date for the entire case. Of course, for them, they are to be out from today on a cash bail of 300,000 or in the alternative a bond of 1 million with a surety of a similar amount. But important to mention, this is just a second case. It's a second case that comes after the recommendations of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission that she and the co-accused face fresh charges, this time with regard to the procurement procedures for the refurbishment of the Tower, Mavoko, Garsen, and Runyenjes law courts. The information from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission is that collectively the amount of money that was lost was 150 million for the Tower, Mavoko, and Garsen. Then a separate 18 million was allegedly lost as a result of that flouting of the procurement procedure for the Runyenjes law courts. But with regard to the cases or to the various counts that were before court today, Ms. Sholei is facing 3 of the entire 8 counts that are facing the rest of the suspects. Of course, she's charged alongside her former deputy Kakai Kisinga and the director of supply chain management, the former director that is, and of course the former director of finance. But this is a new case that she's facing. Of course, this being 2015, we're going to 2016, it's close to 3 years of her attempt, her spirited fight to clear her name from the judiciary that sent her home close to 3 years ago of alleged abuse of office. And this is the second time that she's facing criminal charges in court. Of course, previously, what had been there before her arraignment in court earlier this year over the dispute over the procurement procedure for the construction of the residence of the Chief Justice of Kenya, initially was a dispute between her and the Judicial Service Commission regarding the manner in which she was dismissed from office. It's a case that found its way to the Industrial Court of Kenya, and subsequently, after she won that case, the Judicial Service Commission appealed the verdict of the Industrial Court, found its way to the Court of Appeal, and the Court of Appeal judges unanimously endorsed her dismissal from her initial position as the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary. And that is what set the stage for the two criminal cases that she is facing now. But of course, this latest case is the product of fresh investigation by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission that earlier this year forwarded a file to the office of the DPP and requested that she and the other suspects be charged for abuse of office and corruption. Michelle.
All right, thank you very much, Murimi Mangi. That's a very detailed account there. And so she is facing 3 out of the 8 counts that are facing her other 7 who are also being charged with her. And she will be appearing on court on the 12th of January. So what about the other 7? When do they appear before court?
Okay, so it's been a very interesting case today. Of course, there were other light moments in the courtroom because some of the suspects with whom she is charged now are also respondents in the other case that she's facing with regard to the construction of that residence of the CJ. So on that January 12th that they will be appearing in court, they too will of course be expected to appear in court because it's an official mention day for that case. But of course, interesting to mention that today at the hearing or at the taking of that plea after they denied all the charges, their counsels made a request to the court that they should not be expected to pay very high cash bail terms or bond since they are already, of course, engaged in the other court case for which they have paid bail terms, and it would be too much for them since we're coming into January. And the position of the judge was, the chief magistrate was that in as much as there's this hardships associated with January, the merits or demerits of any case or the decision of the court with regard to any case that is before it has to be decided on a case-to-case basis so that the content of the other court case, which is with regard to the construction of the residence for the CJ, does not in any way interfere with the prosecution of the present case. But of course, the position of the office of the DPP was that he too, or the representative of the DPP in the court today, that in as much as he too understands the hardships that come with January, all the suspects will be expected to answer to the case that is before them. And the lawyer representing Ms. Sholei did make it clear that she will be in court on January 12th to take a plea with regard to this case that she's now facing at the Milimani Law Courts.
All right, thank you very much, Murimi Mwangi. They are giving us an update on the case facing former Judicial Chief Registrar Gladys Boss. We will be bringing you more on that as it develops.